Hi, thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Monty. Today I'm going to try to hike to Steelhead Lake from the Saddleback Lake Trailhead. If you would have asked me yesterday when I was hiking out from Odell Lake if I was going to hike today, I would have told you you were out of your mind. I was so tired. But I slept in a little bit today. I slept like an exhausted baby, so I'm pretty much, I got a little bit of energy in me, so we're gonna go up to Steelhead Lake and see if I can catch some fish there and see what it's like. Yesterday on my hike to Odell Lake, which you can find on my hiking and backpacking playlist, I hiked on that side of the lake because we were forking this way. Today I'm gonna cross the dam and hike along this side so that we can go up that way. And there's an awesome view. I don't know if that haze is smoke or just mist. I don't smell any smoke. It could be, I'm not sure, but man, that is just a killer view. Man, when I was hiking out yesterday, no one was there to see it, but in my head, I was being a super crybaby. I was just like, I'm tired. I'm not hiking anywhere tomorrow. You know, and I just needed a little bit of rest. I feel great now. And it's cold. It got cold last night. There was frost on top of my car. And it's just, if you're coming to the Eastern Sierra, this point going forward, just know you're gonna take out your warmer sleeping bags and your warmer clothes, because the lows are getting down there. It's gonna get warm today though, but whatever it is, I just want to catch some fish. So that's the trail I took yesterday. I'm taking this trail. So what I'm on now is the Saddleback Lake Loop Trail. This trail intersects with the 20 Lakes Basin Loop Trail, and together when those meet on a map, it kind of looks like a figure 8. I hiked up to Odell Lake yesterday, which I'm estimating is like 2.5 miles from the trailhead. Steelhead Lake, going the other side of the loop trail, probably it looks like it's about the same. But if you go past Odell or past Steelhead and continue the loop, it takes you all the way around, and it stops at a number of lakes, Shamrock and Steelhead, and then there's some side trails that you can take to higher lakes where, you know, there's some Goldens and some other fishing and photography and you know, just seeing killer views opportunities. So this is an area I've never been, but man, it's got a lot to offer. There's a view for you. You couldn't get the full view because when I was coming on that side I was blocked by that mountain. But it just goes from brown to gray. And I think we're heading into the gray section, the pure granite section. Once again, looks like I'm rolling through Mars. And you got this killer landscape. The nice thing about this is it's very different. You know, some of these areas in the Hoover wilderness look a lot different than you're used to when you're hiking around Yosemite, in those areas that are just all granite, all glaciation, you know. It's a pretty cool looking area to hike through coming up here. Got the fall colors kicking in. This isn't as dramatic as like the aspens when they turn, but it's still really cool. I think of fall, I start thinking about pumpkin pie. You go on all trails and those, and they say this is heavily used, but I mean, it's late September. I hiked on a Monday yesterday. It's a Tuesday today. And I mean, I got one guy day hiking up there. There was one guy getting ready to do something in the parking lot, but the parking lot's pretty much empty. I was the only person I saw fishing at Odell Lake. I'm the only person I saw at Odell Lake after like the first 20 minutes I was there. A couple of groups went by. I didn't see anybody else for the rest of the day. And right now I'm just cruising down the trail and there's nobody. So, you know, that's why the Eastern Sierra in the fall is a great destination. You gotta be ready for like especially when you get into October, late October, you gotta be ready for the 20s at night, if not even a little bit lower than that. So, when you get above 10,000 feet in the fall, it's no joke. This is cool. This rocky landscape right here reminds me of Lord of the Rings. When they emerge from that cave after Gandalf falls into that chasm fighting that fire demon. It's pretty cool. Look at that view. That is awesome. It is just, it's incredible up here. And right over this hump here is Greenstone Lake. And I know it's Greenstone Lake is right over that, not because I'm prepared, but because I came and walked over here and kind of looked around yesterday to see what was going on. But there it is. Pretty cool, huh? And this trail goes to the back of the lake, which is interesting. This is cool looking with the red and the browns. And the way this trail just slices through it with this clean cut. See, this is the kind of heavy use trail you want. Just a skinny one. It's not all wide like a runway. It almost adds to it. Depends on who's the one looking and judging. Whatever's providing that hint of red. It's really cool. And it just sprinkles with the brown and the rocks. These are always convenient. And looks like the Civilian Conservation Corps, somebody came through and hacked these nice flat areas across the top so it's really easy to cross. You don't always get that. A lot of times it's sketchy. I mean, the scenery up here is just unbelievable. And we are once again entering the Hoover Wilderness for the second time in 2 days at Greenstone Lake. And that's definitely smoke you're seeing because I can smell it now. There was zero smoke up here yesterday. It was really windy. And it must have come in with the wind, or it must have come in when the wind subsided. Something happened that brought it back. Those birds you hear do not like my presence. So based on the map I looked at in the parking lot and I looked at 2 nights ago, this should be the way to Steelhead Lake. If not, you'll be seeing Greenstone. But there's one more view of it. Here's some more of that killer red. It looks like cranberries. It's not cranberries, obviously. But it's red. It's the same color, I guess. Once you pass Greenstone Lake, which is right down there, that's where you hit your first real uphill. But it's not that bad. I mean, through the whole loop, you don't gain that much elevation. It's a lot of up and down because you start so high. This side of the loop is so much different. There's a coyote running up the hill over there. You can't see it, but I saw it. He just ran and jumped up. He's going up that rocky face. There he is. He's running up. He's right at the top. And he ran away. That was wily. Anyway, over here there's a lot more of this traditional granite you're used to seeing. Those are the views. Over there, everything's all red and brown and different. There's a nice view of Greenstone, then Saddleback Lake, through the ever-increasing smoky haze. You know, whatever's out here, that's what you got to work with. Still sailing along. This trail's really easy to walk on. At least on this side and the other side. You gotta really pay attention when you're walking across that jumbled talus stuff, but it's stable. It's not like where you're slipping on every step. The rocks are pretty locked into place. And then once you get to the back of the lake, it's a lot of this flat, heavily used trail. So if you take that water taxi in the summer, this is a piece of cake. And I see water right down there. And I'm not sure if that's Steelhead Lake already. I'm gonna take the trail up to this bird's eye point and figure it out. I mean, this is just a thick slice of awesomeness. I have a clip on my variety playlist, survival tip, where I tell you how to catch fish in low creeks if you're ever starving. I can see brook trout in this little puddle hanging out under that big rock. If I spent 10 minutes here, I could probably catch 3 fish with my hands. And I just demonstrated how to do it. You know, basically you just got to start, when the creeks get low like this, the lower it gets, the easier it is to catch these. So if you're ever in a situation where you are lost in the woods, that's one resource for you. And there's a bunch of them in here. I'm gonna see if I can get them to see. Oh, there's a nice one too. Man, I might have to throw a fly in this little puddle on my way back. So I just talked to a cool guy with his kid, and they're fishing up here, and they told me this is Steelhead Lake, which makes more sense. That other one looked like a puddle. But I don't know, this lake looks big, it looks killer. And the hike wasn't too hard. Not too hard, always sounds good to me. Here you are, Steelhead Lake, and it looks good. And well, I don't know how easy it's gonna be to catch fish, but I'm definitely here. And if it wasn't so smoky, you'd see that it was totally, I mean, it's beautiful even with the smoke, but the smoke is a drag because there was no smoke yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed the short hike up here. It's basically, it was more about, you know, showing you the views. It's really short. Once you get to the back side of the lake, you're looking at like 1.5 miles. From the trailhead, you're looking at about 2.5 miles. But it was a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to catch the other side of the trail, go to my hiking and backpacking playlist and look at my hike for Odell Lake, and I show you what that looks like. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.